Got some bad news regarding the Jonathan Green Black Beauty Ultra Supreme grass seed. My experiment was not a complete failure. In fact, it was probably the best experiment I've ever done since I've lived here, which is going on 15 years. I moved here in the spring of 2006. But as you can see, the yard looks pretty bare. I've got a little bit of grass coming up. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it doesn't look anything like what I planted last August. Today is August the 10th, and let me explain to you what happened here. I started this project almost a year ago, August of 2019. I had a 25-pound bag of Jonathan Green Black Beauty dent shade grass seed, and I planted it from about the far edge of my front porch out to the road, and then over here to the edge of the driveway. That was August the 16th. It came up quick. Within 2 weeks, it just looked beautiful. But then about the third week, it started fading. I started getting bare spots in the yard. So I just attributed that to the high heat. And I overseeded with the other bag of Jonathan Green I had, which was the Black Beauty Ultra Supreme. And since I was overseeding, instead of doing a new seeding, I took it all the way out past, a little bit past the Christmas tree. And holy smokes, what a great result that was. By, I guess it was probably the first week in September, I determined that the reason I had all those bare spots coming from my initial seeding was due to some grubs. And I think I've made some videos about the different types of grub products, but I used the Bio Advance 24-hour grub kill and had phenomenal results. Killed thousands of grubs. And that Black Beauty just, it put itself in high gear. And I had the greatest yard in this whole community. All the way through the winter, all the way through the spring. It was just wonderful. I think I may have mentioned in the past that, this property is just loaded with crabgrass and other types of stuff, which is okay. I get along fine with most of that. The crabgrass dies out in the early fall, and then I just overseed with annual ryegrass, and it comes right up quick. And it lasts till, late May, early June. And that's about the time the crabgrass comes back. So for the most part, all I have to do is just throw out some cheap annual ryegrass on most of the property. And I've got green grass year round. I can have green grass year round on most of this property. But this has been the bugbear. I just cannot seem to get anything to grow underneath these shade trees. Now, in the fall, after the trees shed their leaves, I can plant just about anything here and have good results. But I was hoping, my mission was to find something that would last an entire year. Sorry to say, I've not found that yet. Oh yeah, now we got the guy running his thing. I'll come back in a minute when he finishes his weed eating. I probably said it a couple of times before that what made this yard look so good for all those months was a perennial ryegrass that was in the blend of Jonathan Green. Holy smokes, I just told him I was making a video. Hold on. Well, I'm sorry. I've lost my train of thought with the weed eater going on. Things are quiet now. Usually my road is very quiet, but who knows? Motorcycles liable to come by. Got a cop who lives up the road. He's got a loud motorcycle. Anyhow, what I'm saying is that this Black Beauty was good, but it did not last the full year. Now, I'm partially to blame because I pretty much scarified the whole yard. I didn't give that Black Beauty that last month like I intended to. Actually, I thought after I did my experiment with the cheap tall fescue over there on the other side of my car, that, hey, it came up so great, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and overseed this. But instead of overseeding, I went ahead and dethatched and scarified and planted the seed. But then we've had 3 flash floods since I've done that in the past 10 days or so. 4 inches of rain, 5 inches of rain, 2 inches an hour, then the next day 2 inches an hour. I don't think I've even got any seed left here. The only place I see any kind of grass coming up is on the high spots in my yard. So for right now, I'm not going to do anything else for the next couple of weeks. Today is August the 10th. I'll probably wait about 3 weeks, and then I'm going to go ahead and try and level my yard with some dirt. I'm going to have about 5 yards delivered and get everything kind of leveled out here. And then I'll do my next experiment, which right now I think it's going to be the Southern Perfection from Fairway Green. If you live in North Carolina, central North Carolina, even Charlotte, give those guys a call. They're very professional. You'll like them. And they have a proprietary type grass seed made for this area. And I think that's going to be my new experiment, is the Southern Perfection. I'm not sure I'm going to pay to have them slit seed it for me. I have the ability to do stuff like that. But I am going to buy a bag of seed, $93 for 50 pounds. That's not bad. Not bad at all if it works. So, guess we'll talk about that in future videos. Thanks again for putting up with me for so long. And I wish I had better results to show you. But I think that if you don't live in Knightdale, North Carolina, that you may have better luck than I did. It's just been horrible with the weather. 90 degrees, 95 degrees. Feels like 100, 105. It's been relentless. The only time we haven't had 90-degree weather is when we've had a storm that produced flash floods. I have not irrigated this yard in 2 weeks, and it's just still soaking wet. I have low spots that, heck, I could grow fishing minnows in there. Okay, well, I'm signing off. Thanks again.